6 months ago, I decided that I could no longer be an influencer. The constant pressure to perform, maintain my image, and chase engagement metrics was burning me out completely. So I made a radical shift and I became a content creator instead. So what's the difference? Everything. So if you've ever felt trapped in your online persona, this story might change how you think about your digital life. But to understand why this shift happened and how it's much better for my mental health, we need to start from the very beginning. In late 2018, I started my Instagram with pretty typical dreams, hitting it big and making what I thought would be easy money. I focused on fast fashion and lifestyle content, showing off cute outfits and the fun places I had visited. So don't get me wrong, it was genuinely fun. I still love looking at those photos, and sometimes I imagine like my grandkids scrolling through them and saying, "Hey grandma, you were so fun and so cute." And also, as somebody that appreciates photography and considers myself an amateur photographer, I really enjoyed the artistic aspects to it too. Pre-pandemic Instagram had a completely different vibe. It was about beautiful pictures and thoughtful captions, and the pace was slower without reels, which gave me time to craft insightful captions that my followers seemed to love. And I also want to admit that I was late to the Instagram party. The platform was already saturated, though not nearly as much as it is now. And I quickly realized that I wasn't going to find that overnight success that I thought that I would, but I could still build something. I built a vibrant community. And I also want to talk a little bit about something that many influencers experience, and that is burnout. The constant pressure to post, stay relevant, and to keep up with the algorithm changes daily. And the feeling that when you're supposed to be enjoying a moment, you're thinking this could be great content. Like think about you enjoying a beautiful sunset and then you're like, oh, this should be a backdrop rather than actually experiencing and savoring it. Instagram is also fundamentally a popularity contest. And while my account reached a decent size and brought me some great opportunities, I knew I wasn't going to make the massive traction some others had. Still, I had my engagement. My engagement was good and I connected with amazing people who resonated with my perspective. But it was hard. And then everything changed when Reels arrived. At first, it was exciting. It was a new way to create, but soon everything became too fast-paced and the popularity contest intensified, and creating thoughtful, valuable content became increasingly challenging amid all the noise. And I started experiencing some inner conflict that I couldn't also ignore anymore. So here I was, somebody that is passionate about sustainability. Part of my role as an influencer meant essentially pushing people to consume more, and that's the very opposite of sustainable living. And I found myself hoping to make it by encouraging consumption as a way to monetize my Instagram presence, but it wasn't working for me. And don't get me wrong, I believe in making money for my work online, and I will happily accept promotions from brands who share my values. Sustainable living doesn't mean you can't earn a living, but when consumption becomes the main thing that you're promoting, that's when I had to step back and reevaluate. I would rather share thoughts, ideas, and tips. That's when I started regretting not focusing on my blog and YouTube earlier. I had fallen into the trap of trying to influence my way to the top, to quick success and make some money, but I realized that this approach wasn't authentic to who I am or aligned with my values. I'm someone who likes to take my time, do research, and form thoughtful perspectives on topics. In fact, one of my proudest achievements came exactly from that approach. I was invited to write sustainable fashion for Dummies because the publishers appreciated my perspective and those thoughtful captions I mentioned earlier. This is what I was meant to do all along. I love fashion, especially sustainable fashion, but I want to explore it through deeper dives, not just quick outfit posts. So what's next for me? You can still find me on Instagram. I'll be making thoughtful content over there, so please follow me there if you see me over there. I also value the community that I've built over the years, so I am staying. But you will also find me here on YouTube, where I can create the kind of content that truly resonates with me and that I'm passionate about. I'm new to this platform, but I am not new to the sustainable fashion space, and I'm excited to be here. As somebody who loves writing and researching, I believe I can offer something valuable to this space. My videos won't be excessively long. Think of them as digestible deep dives, similar to the style of my book. I want to create content that gives you something to think about, that explores topics with nuance rather than just showing you what I've bought or where I went. Don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that type of content. It's just that I've discovered that my strengths and passions lie elsewhere. The thing I found liberating about this transition is the freedom to create on my own schedule. Content creation this way allows me to work with intention rather than constantly chasing trends or posting just to stay relevant in someone's field. I love what I do. I needed to do it a different way. Now I can focus on quality over quantity, which honestly feels like a breath of fresh air, and the mental health benefits are immeasurable. No more comparing my engagement stats or feeling disappointed when a post that I worked so hard on didn't perform. I think many of us on our online journey start with one vision, only to discover that our true calling was something slightly different, and that's okay. Growth isn't about sticking stubbornly to your first path. It's about being willing to evolve when something isn't serving you anymore. So this is my story from a reluctant influencer to a content creator. I am excited about this new chapter, and I hope you will join me on this journey. You can still absolutely find me on Instagram. I love it over there, and I will continue to engage with you over there. But I'm really enjoying this YouTube thing too, where I can just speak my mind, do deeper topics. So if you're interested in thoughtful discussions around fashion, sustainability, lifestyle that go beyond surface level, I would love for you to subscribe. Let me know what topics you would love for me to explore, and I promise to bring the same authenticity and thoughtfulness here that some of you appreciated in my captions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.